Hi, 10th graders. So the topic we were going to be working on is topic 19, the Cold War from 1945 to 1991. And this ran simultaneously at the same time as decolonization. The prefix de means away from. So it ran at the same time as the nations that basically Europe had taken over. When we looked at the age of imperialism, were getting their freedom. So it's sort of mixed up with that. If you look through the enduring understandings, what this topic wants you to understand is that conflicts over Eastern Europe and Germany quickly eroded the wartime alliance between the United States and the Soviet Union. So let's talk about that for a minute. As you recall, the Nazi-Soviet pact had been signed, and Hitler and Stalin had agreed to split up Poland and that they would not attack each other. And of course, shocker, Hitler broke that, invaded the Soviet Union, and that was one of his big mistakes. But that drove the Soviet Union under Stalin to form an alliance with the United States and England. Now, Stalin was very uncomfortable with that, as were the leaders of the United States and England. And it really only lasted as long as the World War II lasted. It talks about the fact next in the next bullet that they did not confront one another directly. What that means is there were no Soviet soldiers shooting at American soldiers during this time period. But I talked about with at least one of the classes the fact that there were Soviet weapons being used against American soldiers, and in other wars, American weapons being used against Soviet soldiers. And we'll get into that more as time goes on. Communism spread to China and Cuba. We haven't really looked at the Cuba situation, but we've talked about Mao Zedong in China. There were actual hot wars in Korea, Vietnam, and Afghanistan, and we will look at that. The nuclear arms race also made things pretty tense. Okay, so I will be right back with more of this.